But that wasn't supposed to be there. Everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are mowing hay. At last we're mowing some hay. Weather is looking fairly good for the next week or so. A little bit of rain coming tomorrow Friday, but it's only going to be some passing showers, which isn't going to bother us that awfully much. Yeah, we're just going to leave it out, let it sit in the ground. We'll not touch it then until the day after tomorrow, which will be Saturday. So all going well Saturday, then we'll head it out for the first time. So yeah, mower is on the 6.4. We'll get this. There's 6 acres in these 2 fields here we're going to mow first, and then there's a 5.5 acre field we're going to mow that after this, and then we'll see what the weather does. If the weather looks like on maybe Saturday, around Saturday stroke Sunday, looks like it's going to be good, then further on into next week we'll cut some more hay and try and have a few different bits coming at different stages and try and get it wrapped up as quickly as we can. So that's the plan. We'll see how it works. Maybe it'll all go wrong. We'll be wrapping this on Monday and putting it into bales of haylage. So it's really touch and go with the weather. We'll see what it does. Yeah, of course, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, don't forget to hit the sub button, leave a like on the video and comment on the video down below. As always, all those subscribes, likes, comments, all that kind of interactions, they all help, so very much appreciated. If you can find the time to do any of those, please do so. So yeah, so we're just coming around now to the end of the first round. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set the GoPro up on my head, and we're going to get out and just change over. There's spreading vanes on this mower. Yeah, we're going to change it over, and we'll spread the crop out on the ground. I'll show you kind of how that works. We used it last year. We have it actually on our other mower as well. We used it last year and we were very happy with the results from it. So we'll continue to do this again this year. So that's us now more or less done on the first round. So let's get out and get us swapped over. Now, so we'll get this set. It's not too hard to set usually. 2 latches here that you loosen first. Once you've those loosened, it allows you then to swivel around the spreading vanes. Now, let's then latch back in. Now you can see the way it's pointing there, it's just going straight onto the ground, which isn't exactly what you want. You want it to be throwing it up a little higher than that. So to adjust that, you have to loosen these 2 nuts. Now I think probably better loosening the 2 of them, and we can set them then both together. That's it. So we'll just set it about 1 inch from the bottom. It just means you probably could set it at the very bottom. We'll not just go to the very bottom, we'll go about half an inch from the bottom. Just tighten that up nice and tight. And the same with this one here. So about there. And again, we'll just make sure it's good and tight. And that's basically it. Now that'll allow the grass now to come out at a bit better height, rather than pointing straight onto the ground. Foot from your previous sward, that it's not catching in the moor then the next time you're on the next pass round. So it's fairly simple and very effective. But yeah, I'll get a bit of footage of that working once we actually get up and running. Now, so we are finished field number 1, we've moved into field number 2, and yeah, everything's going according to plan. Nice crop of grass on this. It's mowing down really well. It's a lovely clean green crop of grass, which is what you want. It's a little different than crops from other years. We've often cut mid-July before, towards the end of July, even early August, but you usually find once you get on into this time of the year with your grass or your hay crop, it's usually quite a bit of second growth starting to come up through it. Second growth is when your initial first growth would be growing roughly from March until maybe June, or towards the middle or end of June. Some of those grasses then will start to die off a little bit, and you'll get a second crop then of regrowth or a regrowth of fresh grass then that comes up through that. And what happens is then you end up with half of your grass can be, especially if it gets into August, half of your grass can be like a dead brown grass, and the rest is lovely and green. And you can usually get some of that, you can see some of that even this time of the year, but in these 2 fields anyway, I haven't seen any of that at all. Just was out earlier inspecting it. It's a lovely clean crop of grass. I'd say it's mostly down to the fact that we had no growth really, or very little poor grass growth from really from the end of March until about a month ago. So we got into June, and that meant that the grass didn't really grow. So that first growth of grass didn't come when it should have. And when the rain came a month ago, this was really light. But it's really bulked up very nice, and the grass has just grown. It's nearly like all first growth. So I think that when we get this baled up, it'll be a lovely green crop of grass. But look, we'll see. It'll be interesting to see is the next field the same. It might be a slightly heavier crop, but I still think it'll be similar. So we'll just have to see. But we'll inspect it when we get there. I will get the drone up, and I'll take a bit of drone footage in the second field. Didn't bother putting it up in this field just yet, but I will get a wee bit of drone footage, and I'll get it up at some point in the video. But yeah, everything's going according to plan, everything's going as it should, and yeah, I'll come back to you at the end. Now we'll have a little look at the difference between we'll say a normal row and how it sits, and then a row spread out with the spreading vanes. We'll have a little look at that at the end. So finish these 2 fields before we just head off to the next field. We'll have a quick look at these couple of rows. 2 rows here. Finished mowing this field, what, about an hour or so. We were out in the other field, maybe in around that, I suppose. But yeah, they're just laid out as normal. This here then is done with the spreading veins, and you can see the difference. It's more now, these aren't, along this ditch here wouldn't be that heavy of a crop. It's much heavier once you get down off the hill, but still it just lays it out a lot nicer. You can see, for instance, here we are here now, top of this is starting to colour already. Look, when you go down, see how much greener it is down there already compared to what's sitting on top. And all we're doing here is we're just laying it out more flat on the ground, and it's allowing the wind. There's a really good breeze today, great drying. It's allowing that drying to get at the top of it better, and basically it's nearly taking that first tedding out of it, if you like, that first turning, and it allows the grass to dry that wee bit quicker. We found it very good. It's almost taken 1 day less out of the haymaking process, so anything that's a help is always a bonus. Yeah, so that's it. We'll head off to the next field, and I'll get a bit of drone footage when I'm in it, so let's keep it at it. But that wasn't supposed to be there. Bit of a pain in post. That's the joys of having fields along the rivers. Floods happen, they flood into the field, and this is a flood point, so what do you do? Anyway, no harm done. Let's keep going. we've about 11 acres now cut all together, which is probably enough until we just see exactly how much good weather there is coming. Hopefully now the weather doesn't change and we end up having to wrap it all. It's like something that could happen. Yeah, so I'm just reversing this mower now, and reversing it into the shed here. Have a little look. This is our grain, the grain storage shed, where we store our treated barley or wheat, depending on what we have. Yeah, we've done a little bit of work on it over the last few days, a bit of washing out on it and getting ready. I'll just jump down and show you that before we end tonight's video. Now, as I said, we did a little bit of work here on the shed over the last few days. Started off with, whole shed had to be hosed out. Yeah, put our treated grain in here every year, but we also used it this year for cows and calves. We had, I think we had 10 or 11 cows and calves in it at one point, just feeding them here. We set up a temporary drinker in it and a feeder here at the front, and it worked well, but meant there was a lot of dung in it. We had to clean that all out and then just wash everything out. So it's come up nice and clean. We also wanted to increase the capacity of it a little bit. We found that we could heap it up so far, as you were building it coming back out, it could heap up so far, but if you had an extra 25 or 30 ton here, 20 ton here outside the door, you can actually go in and put it in from the side, reach in with the teleport and drop it in. And the sky's the limit then once you start going in there. You could put it right up to almost to the height of where the new timbers are. So this is the idea. Increase the capacity of the shed by putting these timbers right around it. And I think it will do that. So yeah, that's the idea of it. It'll just improve the capacity a little bit. Also, there was never a door in the shed. We're going to put a door in it because we have a huge crow problem at certain times of the year, the winter time mostly, where there's not much feed out in the fields or anywhere else for them, and they come here and feed here. So that's the plan. We're going to put a door in it, and it should just leave it all sealed up and finish it off nicely. So that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. We're at the hay. Hopefully the weather sticks with us now. I know there's a bit of rain tomorrow, but next week's looking fairly good. We'll see how that develops. And hopefully if it's looking good towards the end of next week and into the following weekend, we'll be cutting some more Saturday. So we'll see what happens. This video will probably be going up, I'd say, on Friday mornings, towards evening Friday morning, and we'll have another video then, say Saturday, Sunday-ish, and update on how things is going. At that stage we should be tedding, so we'll see how it goes. Don't forget to hit the sub button. Don't forget to like the video, comment below, all that kind of stuff, and we'll see you over the weekend.